We are back in the world's hottest room. Welcome.
It's raining again, so it helps with the heat.
It doesn't feel like it. I mean, we've got you can't see on the camera, but we've got this big ass light right
and it's
above us.
hot
Oh,
as
it's
hell hot.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
It feels like we're cooking in here.
We are cooking. UFC 269 is right around the corner.
That's a fight card cooking.
Yes, that's a good card.
Do you like what I did there?
I did like what you did there.
It's really a good card. It's something really to look forward to. We watched a bunch of Dustin Poirier's fights. We rewatched Charles Oliveira's fights. It's going to be great.
Oh,
it's
amazing.
It's really going to be something to look forward to.
It's basically, does Oliveira, if the fight goes 5 rounds, does Oliveira have enough fark in him to go 5 rounds with Dustin?
I think we've educated people before on what fark means.
Yes.
It's just like that dog. And we chatted about that. It's like Poirier has that dog in him. You know, he's and you know, Poirier has that. Does Oliveira have that?
I don't think he has the dog, but can he choke him out within like 2-3 rounds?
He can.
So
Definitely.
That's where it gets really interesting as a fight.
Where I can see it going for Poirier, like what works for him well is he is very physical. He hits hard. He is very good in the clinch. If it goes in the pocket, if it's in those clinch exchanges where Oliveira likes to exchange as well, he likes to clinch, I can see him catching Oliveira.
Yeah.
And we saw that with Michael Chandler as well. Michael Chandler caught him.
Yeah.
And there is a bit of a debate. Do you think Poirier hits harder than Chandler?
Yeah, the thing is, I'm still convinced. I'm still convinced that Oliveira win was an absolute fluke. Give my boy Chandler his belt back. Thank you very much.
That was not a fluke. He beat him.
No, he beat him. He beat him. He landed an incredibly well-timed left hook.
Even though he rocked him in that first round, Oliveira was rocked, yes, but he was still, moving his hips, moving away out of the shots. So Oliveira, you can see Poirier going into those clinch exchanges and landing big shots.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, with that awkward boxing style that Poirier has, you can also see him getting taken down because he turns his body to the side.
And he overextends way too much. He did it we just watched the Max Holloway fight.
Yeah.
He retreats, he puts his hand up, retreats all the way, very laterally.
And what Oliveira does very well, single legs,
very well,
trips, clinch,
judo master. That's the thing. So
and that's where I lean more to Oliveira.
And also, I can see that
who has Poirier fought that is very good in wrestling and grappling.
Habib, but he got his ass whooped.
Yeah, and that's the fun thing is, can you put Charles Oliveira in the same lights as Khabib?
Not in wrestling, but I would say he's a really good grappler.
Yeah,
but I don't think he's gonna try and grind. He doesn't take you down and grind you out like Habib does, which is even Poirier said the only thing someone asked him on Twitter, like, "Hey Dustin, what would you have needed to win that fight?" And he was like, "No, 9 mil." So he wasn't winning that fight.
And he said it in between rounds as well. He's like, "I can't get this guy off me. Like, there's no way." And you would think that they came up with a pretty good game plan going into that fight.
Yes.
You have an 8 to 12 week fight camp. You prepare for a certain guy, and they still couldn't get him off. So I also see, if it goes to the ground, I see Oliveira beating him quite convincingly.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no threat unless it's ground. We saw Poirier rain down with vicious ground and pound when he beats Conor.
Yes, in the last Conor fight. Yeah.
And it was a fight where we were like, it's quite
Poirier
violent.
got caught. He gives up his neck in the takedowns a lot.
He does.
Almost got caught in a dash against Max if there was more time.
Yeah.
He got caught in a guillotine by Conor McGregor. He's not a jiu-jitsu man.
Yeah.
So I mean, he could have really big issues if he gives up his neck against Oliveira. And now's the question: is over the course of 5 rounds, is Poirier going to give up his neck at least once?
Yeah.
I can see him doing that. And now I'm leaning a bit towards more Oliveira. Congratulations, you convinced me.
Yes, I got it.
I think I don't think I'm going to bet on that fight unless Oliveira is a substantial underdog.
Yeah.
Then I would bet on him, but I wouldn't put money on.
It's going to be interesting to see what the odds are as well for that whole fight.
I actually haven't checked
because they are great fights. Amanda Nunez is going to murder someone again.
Walk through.
She's gonna fold her like a camping chair. So
easy.
That's gonna be a quite. Imagine she loses. This is not gonna age well.
No, that would be the upset of the century. No one in the history of MMA would see that coming. Maybe one guy would bet on Pena. I don't know how you said Pena to win, and then it would be like afterwards, hey, look, I told you. No one can predict.
Who does Oliveira fight when he beats Poirier? What do they?
I want to see Oliveira Makhachev.
That's good. That's a very good fight, actually.
Everyone's gangster until Dagestani puts you in a handcuff.
Imagine Oliveira has how Colby did it. Like he had like a personality change, and then he just tuned everyone. Imagine Oliveira goes onto the mic and just
starts roasting Dagestan.
The whole of Dagestan.
I was just about to say, you can't really do that. He is Brazilian. Brazil is the one you would usually roast.
Yeah. So
the teeth brush.
And will Khabib come out of the woodworks and he's like, I'm back. No. Mom said I can fight.
No, he's waiting.
or is he just gonna send his little brother?
No, he's gonna send Makhachev. I think he's pretty settled into his role as coach now, honestly. Brother smash.
It is smash time.
Smash brother. Did you see
it's time to smash?
Did you see the other Smash boy? We talked about this briefly. He wants to wrestle DC.
Hamzat
wants to wrestle DC. And I was like,
I like him in that fight.
Hey, DC.
What do you think the odds would be? Because I would put 100 rand on Hamzat.
Well, I mean, he better be a plus 700 underdog. Yeah. Because people forget how good Daniel Cormier is.
Plus point for every pound you underweight.
So you can be a good racer. That's a good joke. You can be a good wrestler.
Yeah.
But are you Olympic gold medalist wrestling?
I really think he believes so.
He believes it.
Yeah.
Everyone gangster until Cormier gets the high crotch.
But there's also no denying him. Like there's nothing we can do to basically counter argument the whole.
In his division, but come on, Daniel Cormier, come on.
Yeah. Come on. Imagine he loses that fight. That would be embarrassing.
I mean, then Hamzat go for the quadruple.
You know who would like that a lot? Sean Brady. Because Daniel Cormier forgot his name.
Who?
In the cage. Ooh. Did you see that video?
No, I didn't actually see that video.
Oh, it's such a cringy video. While they are doing the interview and Sean Brady is talking, you can see Cormier. He leans back and he asks. You can see he's asking the coach what's his name? What's his name again? That's
bad.
That is bad.
Well, I mean, he obviously was thinking.
He was the main event.
He had a lot of money on Chiesa, obviously. He was just like, I know Michael. No worries.
This guy with the tattoos, I don't know that guy.
The tiger wrestling tattoo. I mean, okay, then we've got other fights. Cody Garbrandt.
I think Cody Garbrandt absolutely. I think he just walks through. If the weight cut doesn't mess him up too much. But Cody is also a small bantamweight. He is a pretty small bantamweight. So I think Kai France hasn't fought the level of
opponent. No, absolutely not. He
the
hasn't
caliber
fought,
of Cody.
Ways.
So.
He hasn't fought the Dillashaws of the world.
Yeah. So I don't see Kai France
doing much against him. Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with either a first or second round knockout for
Cody.
And then I'm gonna go for a second or third round submission for
Oliveira. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the Oliveira fight, just coming back to that, is the longer that fight goes and the more fark you have to be, the more I favor Poirier.
Most definitely. That's why I'm actually hoping for
if it's
a quick finish. It's gonna have to
be. For all those UFC fans out there, if Oliveira doesn't get that submission within the first 2 rounds, I mean, okay, say they have a scramble.
The weight shifts a lot.
Yes. Say they have a scramble in round 2, round 3. And I mean, he almost gets something, but then Volkanovski style, Poirier pops out.
Yeah.
Then that fight's over.
I think he breaks him mentally as well.
Yes, mentally.
He is a very emotional fighter. Oliveira, he's an emotional fighter. He's very... not childlike, but if things get tough. You can see in his facial expression he's not there.
Something changes. So, he needs momentum.
Imagine Poirier's coach is just like, okay, this is how we're gonna fight him. We're gonna make it absolutely terrible for him. Like, we just have to be mean to him beforehand.
Fox smash Charles.
Like being in juvie, just like just tuning it.
Imagine you're back in Brazilian juvie.
Brazilian juvie.
Yes, imagine that.
Just like bark at him. They start the fight, they like slap bump, and then like.
I would like to see Poirier coming out like as like a McGregor kind of character in this. I would be an ass, like an absolute.
That would be so fun. And then please donate to the charity.
Yes.
I would like to see Poirier open up with the Nate Diaz spinning back kick.
Ooh, Nick Diaz spinning back. That one.
Nick
Diaz. Yeah.
The other one.
The Stockton boys. The Stockton backheel.
Yeah.
Hey, that's actually the best name for it.
It's quite scary that you have two of the top 10. You have Pedro Munoz and Dominic Cruz. They're fighting on the undercard of that card. It shows you how stacked it is, but it also just shows you how big of a draw Sean
O'Malley. I was just about. He's not ranked. Oh, he's ranked.
He's not ranked because he's fighting 15th ranked. No. Whatever that other guy is.
Huh. Yeah, I thought he was like. I think his opponent is 12. I'm not sure. 15.
I think so.
Is this his first ranked fight?
It's his first ranked fight.
Such a big name already.
Yeah.
I'm taking to win.
Obviously.
I like Sean.
I like Sean as well.
I like his style.
Yeah, he has a very. I understand why he is on the main card.
Yes, absolutely.
He's a big draw for the UFC, and people want to see him lose because he's an asshole on social media.
I want to see him win. I'm not gonna lie.
I also want to see him win. I want to see him win just to see who he fights next. Because what do you do then? Do you give him like
then he can start
expressed it before as well? Like he wants big time money if he wants to fight the big guys.
Give him DJ Dillashaw.
Not yet. Not yet. But
I just want to see TJ
but
back.
Then the Cheeto Vera fight, you can make that happen again.
Yes, you can.
Vera had a good fight against Frankie Edgar. He's close to retiring. Yeah. Make the rematch.
Yeah, I mean,
and then let's
Sean,
see
if it was such a fluke, do it again.
Let's see if those ankles
make it this time.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did get hit with the best calf kick I've probably ever seen. Yeah. Was it a bit of an accident? Maybe, but it was
it wasn't.
A good calf kick.
Like Sean O'Malley in a podcast also said, he got calf kicked, and then they know there's a nerve that runs down, and you can't feel your foot.
It was pretty much.
That being said, I have been kicked like that before.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
It sucks.
It does suck. I would try and grapple. Like he
didn't. Sean O'Malley doesn't have any grappling.
He does. He's a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
No.
I think so.
No.
Really? I do think so. I will apologize afterwards if I was wrong, but I'm pretty confident. Really? I've seen him with a marijuana gi with a purple belt.
That's insane. I thought he was like a Adesanya type, where it's like okay, Adesanya is also a purple belt. I mean, who knew that?
Under Bravo, Aitos Jiu-Jitsu.
I was just about to say Bravo.
Not Eddie Bravo.
Yes, that would be impressive.
Not that cat. No, the other one.
But I mean, so I don't know. I still see him as a really heavy kickboxer striker.
He's very technical and he's very good.
I wouldn't put him against like a brown belt in jiu-jitsu under anyone else. I think he would lose against the proper purple belt as well. I don't rate his jiu-jitsu.
If he fights anyone that's 10% of the style of what Islam Makhachev does, he loses the fight.
Oh yeah,
most definitely.
But he's really entertaining.
But also, has he been taken down?
I don't think so. But has he fought the Dagestani?
No, not a Dagestani. I don't know if he's ever fought real grapplers before, and that's the thing. So.
Yeah, he has picked his fights quite well.
That being said, Sean O'Malley, first round?
I'm going to go... It is a ranked opponent, so let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Second round.
I'm not going to give him the benefit.
You're not going to give him the benefit of the doubt? Sean O'Malley, first round?
First round, I think he gets it done.
Why don't we go all the way? First round, spinning back.
How do you think he's going to celebrate this time?
Ooh, I don't know.
Maybe like a
huddle,
a football huddle.
I was going to say party with 6ix9ine afterwards, but...
What was that about?
No, that was a very strange.
It's like, We both have shitty hair, shitty tattoos. Let's meet up.
Let's do it, bruh.
It's like, you like ice cream? I like ice cream. We should be best friends.
Were you taking Munoz, Dominic Cruz?
That's a very good fight. Munoz is so underrated. He is really.
I'm taking Munoz. I think Dominic's best days are behind him.
I like Dominic. That's why. Like my brain is saying Munoz, but my heart is saying like Dominic. Just back your boy.
I got you. Okay, so your topics. Let's take 4 topics for that night, excluding Amanda Nunez, because I mean
obviously. Sean.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Dominic. I'm gonna
go back your boy. Back your boy.
Oliveira. Can't I say Amanda?
No, Garbrandt.
Garbrandt. Yeah.
I think
I'm pretty confident in those.
Mine would be the same, but I know I said you've convinced me, but I like Poirier too much. So I'm gonna.
Don't get me wrong. I love him.
So I'm gonna go.
I want Louisiana hot sauce.
Please send us some. Dustin, we know you're watching.
I think by the time you always do that, you just ask famous people like, we know
you're watching.
You're watching. Send your sauce.
I'm gonna take Munoz, and not Dominic.
Okay.
Munoz, also Garbrandt, also Sean, and then Poirier.
Okay. So he's just sending you sauce.
He's just sending me sauce. Let's go.
That really is a great
Just before we started, I saw the announcement. Volkanovski Max 3 is being targeted for March. Very excited for that one, eh?
Once and for all, the feud will be
scrapped.
And then you'll know, and then you're wrong, and the real champ, the best.
What's gonna happen?
Boxer in the UFC.
There's gonna be no doubt left. Because you mean 3-0 in a trilogy, then you know.
To be the best, you gotta beat the best. The Blessed Express, baby.
And best is blessed or something.
Something like that. I always say Blessed Express.
I don't know why.
Gaan op 'n trein. Let's take a train.
No, there's gonna be absolutely no doubt, because you can't argue against a trilogy that's 3-0.
What happens? Like, do you do best out of 5?
No, you don't do best out of. Oh, when Max wins.
Yes.
I
gotcha.
I'm backing my boy.
When Max wins, do you do let them fight 5 times?
That would be kind of weird though.
That would be the first time ever but it will also just show it's not a shallow division, it's a very active division. Yes. But these guys are so far ahead.
Head and shoulders above.
They are so far ahead of the rest of the division.
Who else beats Volkanovski at 145?
Chikadze.
Chikadze. He's gonna get one kick caught, and then they're going to ground. He's getting smashed.
We haven't seen his ground game yet.
Yeah, but
I think if your stand-up is that good,
ground game.
You also saw him also get choked out.
Almost, which means Chikadze isn't gonna choke him out. If Ortega couldn't do it,
so that's the thing. That's what makes this sport great. Is like you can be the best grappler in the world, and then Conor still guillotines you. Like, it's so unexpected. You can get caught.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
It's as easy as that. And that's why sports betting is so hard.
It is hard.
It is really hard. We've actually, I've sent you the link of those
picks.
Yes, that thisbet.co.za, where you get, and then a lot of people do their predictions.
Crowdfunding predictions.
Basically, so that you can check, like, who we're going with, because we have UFC this weekend.
Yes,
which we're not going to go into that too much, but
it's not that interesting.
Yeah, it's for the guys that don't know what the UFC is. It's our promotion here. It's pretty big. It's
big in the country.
It's
because it's
big
the
in
only
Africa.
one in the country.
It's big in Africa as well. It's massive, and we have 16 fights.
Yes, that's so much.
That's a lot of fights.
So
I think, and I don't know. Do we have a curfew? I'm not up to date with our COVID.
I'm not sure. I think it's maybe 12.
But they're gonna have to start at like 11 to get all the fights in. So 11 in the morning.
Hey, there's some guys. Two of your training partners.
Two of my training.
Right?
Yes,
backing them.
Caesar and Swisong, they're fighting.
Let's go, boys.
Yeah, it's gonna be very good.
Let's go, Madiba.
It's gonna be very good to see,
baby.
And then we have Zulu Boy and we have Luthando Biko. They're fighting in the main event again. After that was one of those guys. Like Luthando is a very good grappler coming from a strong grappling gym, and then Zulu Boy, who's actually a striker, who's a kickboxer, he guillotined him in I think the first or second round.
Yeah. The other night we talked about this at the gym.
Yes.
I think someone said, I can't remember who it was, but that Zulu just absorbs like information. He's like a sponge
he is,
when it comes to fighting.
And apparently he is. That's why he's so good. He was also on The Ultimate Fighter.
Really?
I think he was on a flyweight series. He lost his first fight, but I've heard a lot of people saying that he is absolutely brilliant when it comes to retaining information and someone teaches him something. So he's been training with Ige Cabezo, who's that wrestler.
I know Cabezo.
And they well, you could see it now.
Yeah.
He guillotined the guy with no neck.
That's probably just like the
and it was great. It was a great
That's
fight.
probably the best thing you can be in MMA, to be honest, is not like a prodigy, whatever. Really quality at amateur level.
Yeah.
The best thing you can be is like a sponge.
As easy as that. If you keep on showing up to the gym and you actually apply what you learn in training, I think that's what makes him so good. I don't think it's like maybe it is a muscle memory thing, but I think he puts his ego aside, and when someone teaches him something, he actually tries to apply that, and I think that helps a lot. Well, in my case, I try and do that as much as possible.
Yes.
And get my ass kicked a lot because we train. It's like writing tests. Like our coach explains to us, if you get taught something in the week and we do sparring on Fridays, which is hard, you have to apply what we. You can't reset back to what you know. You have to try and apply what you don't.
Because I mean, what you know, what you're good at, like your muscle memory can take you far. It can take you, maybe it takes you to the amateur, like an amateur title. Maybe it takes you to a regional title. Yeah. Maybe it takes you all the way to the UFC, but at some stage it's going to run out.
Yes.
And then you're going to better be a sponge.
And that's like, people like Matt Hughes, when he lost his title, he said, they asked him, how do you feel? And he said, relieved. Because he had a target on his back. Now you get there. Okay, he was also in the olden days of the UFC, so
classic UFC.
You could have gone there with your basics or what you do well.
You didn't need to be an athlete.
That's the thing. But now everyone is good in everything, and now you have to become creative. You have to sell tickets. I think
that's what made GSP such a standout in his time.
I
mean, he traveled the world training.
Yeah. And he still does. His Instagram is crazy. Like every morning, I'm waking up at like 5 or 6. Wake up to a video of him just doing this in a pool.
And then his stories is always something about dinosaurs. I would love to chat to George.
Dinosaurs and diets. He's like, hello guys, I am going on a fast. Then he's like,
so bad. That's funny.
But he's like, I'm fasting for 48 days.
He does it every single month. I think he does like a water fast or a weight cut or something. And I can't imagine that's really good for your liver.
I've tried intermediate fasting. Not a big fan.
I don't like that.
I
can do it, but I wake up at like 10, so it's better.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I could do it. I've did it for like 6 months. I got quite miserable because if you start your day, if you wake up at like 5 or 6 and you don't eat anything by 11 and you've done 3 training sessions,
it's much
quite
easier.
Irritated.
It's much easier if you wake up at 8 and then your first training session is tonight at 7.
Yes, that helps.
That helps a lot.
Yeah, and I actually now, speaking about retaining information, on that fast, I kept on thinking of food. So retaining what
help.
they are teaching me, I'm like,
you don't have that much space in your head.
I can't wait to have eggs on toast or
I got you.
So yeah.
There was something I wanted to say about it.
What I feel like we're missing a bunch of fights.
We definitely are. We just chatted about like 5 of them. Let's see.
I have.
Let's see. Okay. No, Brad Adal's this weekend.
Yeah.
Jeff Neal,
Santiago Ponzinibbio. That's gonna be a cool fight.
Jeff got his ass handed to him by Wonderboy, but that's it.
How do we miss this? Josh Emmett versus Dan Ige.
Ooh, I like
both
that
of
fight.
them go to war.
Like
we have dogs fighting.
I like that fight a lot.
That is a great fight. I'm backing Dan Ige.
I like him as well.
I really.
Josh Emmett isn't he a bit older?
He is.
Yeah.
And Andre Muniz is fighting who was supposed to fight Dricus.
Oh, who is he fighting?
Eric Anders.
I don't know Anders.
You don't know Anders? I think he's ranked, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's quite higher ranked.
Andre actually got a better deal the second time round. I mean,
I saw a video of him throwing like a medicine ball. Dricus would have snapped that guy in half. I think he would have absolutely got decimated.
Yeah, this is another thing. Andre, we know you're watching.
You get folded like a lawn chair.
This is a call out on behalf of Dricus.
You get dropped like a bar of soap in the shower.
Oh. Dude. Who would you like to see? Would you like to see Dricus fight Andre?
Yes.
Get that rebooked.
I would like to see that fight happening.
How much did you start preparing for him?
Sorry?
How much did you start preparing for Andre? Like specifically in your training camp?
No, very
much.
No. Like if Dricus hits that switch, it's not like if Dricus goes into camp, it's the whole gym
I know
changes,
he can be a fuck.
The dynamic changes, everything, and he's so focused. So I would like to see that fight happening because I saw a lot of people like
Dricus was going to be an underdog.
Just praising Andre Muniz's ground game.
Yes.
And we've seen that happen before at a good old-fashioned quintet match. And it didn't work out for
the other guys. But I mean, they aren't on Andre's level, but still.
Everyone is saying Andre Muniz is a black belt. He's a black belt. He's a black belt.
The level of grappling, I went and rewatched Dricus' fight against...
Perez.
No, man, the second guy.
What is his name? The Texan guy.
Yes, the Texan. The police officer, man. I remember literally everything about him except his name.
I remember the watching the fight, the after party, the finish, everything.
Yeah. Anyway, but he exhibited like a really high level ground game. I was super, super impressed. I mean, the switches, the reversals, he did a really good sweep. And I was like, This is good. You. Well done.
Yes, it's so funny. It's like when everyone always praises him because he's very strong, and then I was like, yes, you're so strong, and he's like, can't I get complimented on my technique?
Technicality. Well? Dricus, this is what is for you. That was very technical. You are very impressed.
You are very technical.
You would know. You get choked out by him
a lot. I think his record is tapping me out maybe 17 times in 5 minutes or something like that. Yeah, that's quite embarrassing.
Quite a bad record.
I think over 10 you don't feel it anymore. You just go for it.
You don't feel it emotionally or physically, just numb.
The most feared athlete, I don't know how we missed this as well, but the most feared athlete in the UFC is fighting on the prelims.
Who would that be?
Ryan Hall.
Really? Hey, this is basically the same fight card that as the Conor and Poirier 3. Sean is fighting again, Ryan Hall is fighting again, Dricus was supposed to fight.
Yeah. That's going to be cool. I want Andre Muniz to win so Dricus kicks his ass.
Okay.
I would like to see that.
Ryan Hall, who's he fighting?
Derek Minner.
No idea who that is.
He looks very...
Ryan Hall by Imunari Rule. He looks like Volkanovski.
Yeah, he does.
Anyway, we should probably start wrapping this up. It's almost time.
What a card to look forward to.
Absolutely. Can't wait for it. And then once this card is done, we've got some stuff coming up with like favorite fights of the year, knockout of the year.
We'll do a recap of how crazy 2021 was.
So just stay tuned on Instagram. We're going to be taking questions and stuff. What is your fight and KO of the year? And then we'll tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah. You bunch of idiots.
We're the professional.
So you'll do it on your story. Yosha Dan on Instagram, Cameron Simon on Instagram. Go check it out.
Stay tuned.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching, everyone.